Yeah, well, it's interesting. I can't believe that we're able to get platforms. And I started in my kitchen, and then it's evolved out of there.
That's fantastic.
I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. What does Baron play?
Do you want to start? You go ahead.
Yeah, we're good. Are we rolling?
Yeah, sure.
We're good. Yeah, that's does Baron play sports or anything?
He does. He plays golf and different sports, soccer. Loves soccer. Very good at soccer. He's a good athlete, Baron.
Yeah. Is he gonna go? Has he already picked a college or no?
He has, and he's getting set to go in the fall. Good college, a very good one. And he was always a very good student. He's smart guy.
Which one of your kids? What's something you admire about each one of your sons?
Well, Don is a hunter. He's a great, great hunter, and knows everything about that world and guns and all. He was the first one that said, "Dad, boy, you got lucky," because I didn't realize that 130 yards is actually very close in that parlance. And he said, "You got lucky." He knew immediately when he saw that. He said, "It's incredible," because that's considered a pretty close distance.
From how far the shooter was?
Yeah. And the guy wasn't a bad shooter, supposedly. He's a very disturbed guy, but he wasn't a bad shooter. And Eric, likewise, he loves the business. He loves real estate. Also very much of a hunter and understands a lot of things about that. They were sort of, as young guys, they were with their grandfather, and he would take them hunting in Czechoslovakia. And somehow they developed very well. And
Czechoslovakia,
yeah,
damn.
can you imagine?
A lot of letters even.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a name you don't hear too much anymore, but it was...
I need a scope just to get through the spelling of that word.
That's right, a lot of people.
Yeah.
But so he'd go, they'd spend time in Europe and they'd do that. That's where he learned a lot about both of them, really good.
With your dad, they would go?
No, grandfather. Actually, they had a grandfather who was a wonderful outdoorsman and athlete. And during the summer, he'd take them out into the woods and they'd go hunting and lots of things, and they loved it. They got to love it. And that's Don and that's Eric.
Yeah, they're funny.
Oh, yeah.
They have a good sense of humor, too. Like, whenever I see them at UFC, it's like...
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I just, like... The first time I was nervous, I think, and then after that, when I've seen them, it's like, it's fun to kind of cut up with them a little bit.
Yeah, well, they're good. They're good guys, and they really they get along great with the rest of the family. We all get along great. We have a good family. But I love USC. You talk about a great guy. How about Dana White?
Yeah.
The job he does, right?
Yeah, I want to thank Dana too for helping get us set up together. Yeah, he makes it happen. I like Dana. He doesn't waste words. He doesn't waste time. He likes to, I think, be efficient, and he has seems like a strong sense of integrity for himself.
Nobody like him, actually. It's there's an expression that everybody is replaceable. Not Dana.
Yeah.
Nobody could do what he does, and he's made that sport into a big monster sport.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, and we go there and we enjoy it, go with him. Sometimes we do walk-ons with Dana, and the place sort of likes it.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, but
there's
Dana,
a video
yeah,
of us. I was behind you in one video. I'm sure the dogs here will pull it up. But yeah, those are some of my favorite things ever. UFC became my favorite sport during the pandemic because Dana was brave enough to stay open. He was the whole ball game. He was the only sport, and he'd open up in arenas with nothing other than very good fighters. Yeah.
And they would be fighting. He had some of the best fights during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But it
was exceptional. There it is right there. See, look, there you are, and I'm right behind you there.
Oh,
clapping with that hat on, the white guy in the hat.
That's great. That's right. The white guy in the hat is right. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of us there, but I was one of them for sure. See, that's me right there.
Good sport, isn't it, huh?
Yeah, I'm a Dustin Poirier fan. So.
Oh, he's great. He was, boy, I tell you, he's a warrior. That last fight he had, whether you like it or not, he is a warrior.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt like he didn't get the victory, but it didn't feel like he lost.
No, he didn't lose that fight. He really, the man he was fighting was tough. He was tough and didn't expect that same fight. But he oftentimes he makes people suffer. There's no question about it. No, he's a pro. He's a professional.
Yeah, he's all heart. He's from Louisiana. That's where I'm from.
As that fight went along, he just got stronger and stronger, and he was getting pounded. And he was going to be choked out about 4 different times, and he just wouldn't let it happen. No, you say hello to him. He's good.
Yeah, I'll make sure to.
He's a really great fighter.
And he cooks Thanksgiving dinner every year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to go sometime.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
he must do good food.
He does, yeah. He does some good stuff over there. Yeah, what was the first? Do you remember like the first fight that you ever went to, whether it was UFC or boxing or anything?
Yeah, I do. It was Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali in Madison Square Garden many, many years ago. And I think that was the first fight I went to. I always liked the boxing.
How old were you, remember?
Oh, boy, I don't know. You can deduct it from what I am now, but it was a long time ago. But they were two undefeated fighters. They were both undefeated. Muhammad became a friend of mine. So did Joe, Jolton Joe. They were two great fighters. That fight was incredible. I think they had like many heart attacks that night, literally heart attacks in Madison Square Garden. I think it was Madison Square Garden. And the fight was so unbelievable. Two undefeated heavyweight champions of the world. There was no UFC, and there was no competition, really. It was it.
Yeah.
And so you had two guys. Remember that Muhammad wasn't allowed to fight because of lots of different things, and he was a terrific guy. Both terrific guys, very different.
And they finally made it happen. They finally made that bout happen.
So they had two undefeated heavyweight champions fighting.
And who took you to the fight, you remember?
I went with my father and my brother Robert. And it was just, I don't know, I must have been very young. It was a long time ago.
You should join the Discord.
You would never forget it. That was one of those moments.
Oh,
But no, literally, there were like many heart attacks in the arena.
If people having too much fun, or what do you think? It was drugs?
I'm watching Theo Von interview Donald Trump.
It was so, the people were just, I know a friend of mine, the father.
I'm poor.
And he had a bad heart attack. Literally, they took him out. They were taking people out.
It's an early KO.
And I don't hear that anymore. I mean, there were other exciting sporting events. I don't think there's ever been, I don't know, I guess there is. But you would think Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, their first fight. But it was a very exciting time.
Well, yeah, and just people being, I guess, sometimes our systems aren't ready to handle the amount of excitement that's going on, you know?
Oh.
Like, I think, maybe people just couldn't even handle so much joy. You think it was that, people were just so excited.
So now it should work a little bit better?
I guess they do it, maybe Super Bowls or something.
Oh, people have heart attacks eating a thick soup, you know? So it's like, I'm not surprised that something so awesome like that would make your heart be like, hey, I'm out.
Yeah, but I never hear.
You could always ask me too.
Just that one. But we had an exciting event the other night with Elon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll listen.
We had a pretty big audience for that one. I can tell you.
Yeah, I'll listen for probably about.
What do you have? You just download AnyDesk or some shit.
I think the tough part was just like it would have been.
Oh, I've always used AnyDesk.
But I still thought it was exceptional.
I heard the audio was great, and actually they put out a clear tape of it because they had clear tape.
Oh, nice.
They had so many millions and millions of people watching.
So do you think you'll be able to run Warzone or no?
And I'm trying to figure out. We're on a cell phone, or I was.
You gotta get a better GPU
next. A lot of people coming into a cell phone one way.
GPU than CPU.
But I heard some people had a problem with the audio. Well, my GPU, I don't know. I don't do that thing. That was done. And
when do you think you're getting it?
Conversation was for 2 hours and 15 minutes. They just put out a clear tape of it, a perfect tape of it.
Yeah. And you'll be able to play a lot more games with that alone.
Your voice was distorted or something, and I guess it happens. Look, it was such a big thing, such a big audio. But I would have loved to have seen the clear tape originally. They put it out right after the show, so now it's a clear tape where.
How much is minimum wage there?
Yeah.
When it goes through different phone systems and everything else, you think if we were together, that doesn't happen then? Because I think his voice was.
Like when I was working,
because he was the one.
The cost of living is insane here, dude.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
like when I was working, me and Hannah brought home at the end of every week combined about like 34 to 3,800 a week. Given I've always had like a really good job because I'm a mechanic and like I know my shit. But it costs like even off that, it was still paycheck to paycheck.
And he does what he wants to do. And he's a fantastic guy. And he's a brilliant person. And the country should be very proud of him, actually. I have Truth, which has been very successful. That's not awful. Is electric included, or do you gotta pay that?
That's why I said SoCo.
Oh, is that the company for you guys?
It's technically Ameren, but we just call
I've never heard of that. Up here we got National Grid.
People here just call it SoCo, but we have Ameren. That's who we go through.
Well, we get our power from Niagara Falls. So, you guys probably do too. We power like half the fucking country.
The only time I'm really going to be able to play Warzone is if I download it off of my homie's Xbox right now.
What, do you have the Xbox right now?
He's got his Xbox now, but I don't think he's got the space for it.
Make space for it.
They got to go back up to Chicago and get their hard drive for it.
Make space for it.
Well, he's got NFL and shit that he plays.
Oh.
Yeah, he plays NFL and then Black Ops 3 Zombies and shit, so I honestly don't think there is space on his shit. Like, to where I could delete something and make space, because he plays his shit, so.
If you give me the money for the shipping, I'll send you my old Xbox that literally has not been turned on in over a year.
We're getting another one with taxes and a PlayStation.
Well, this one works perfect. Nothing fucking wrong with it. It's the 1S.
What kind is it?
It's the 1S.
I don't really want a 1S. I just want the S.
I think it's the 1S. Hold on. Let me show you it. I don't know Xbox, so I'll show you it. Because it's right over here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Well, hopefully Hannah don't wake up to the light. Yeah, we're good. It's this one.
Yeah, see, I'm looking for just an S. Honestly, though, with taxes, I might just get the S. I mean, from what I've heard, it runs better and all that shit.
Yeah, I just figured I'd send that shit to you fucking tomorrow.
I like the gray white. Alright, I believe I got all my shit working. I got my volume turned up. I'm joining.
Yeah.
Alright, so what I really want to test out right now, where's my T7 patch? I can't fucking see it.
What are you gonna... You don't have to run T7, dude. Don't listen to Ace with that shit.
Because Kevin made it dark, put it on dark theme.
Eli.
I heard you. I'm just gonna open it then. I'm just checking to see if BO3 if I can full screen it and if it still runs fine.
The only time you need to use T7 is if you're playing in a public match. That's it.
Okay.
Because when you're in the lobbies, you're in a dedicated server.
I had a bird at Angie's, bro, and that motherfucker tried so many times tried biting me. I had to put a sock on, and that motherfucker still biting me. Yeah. He died like a week or two after putting him in my room, but I don't know, probably didn't feed him enough. I also had school and shit and didn't know what the fuck. I don't know how to fucking take care of birds. I low-key did try getting the bird to cuss. I kept trying to get the bird to say fuck.
I gotta take my computer apart tomorrow. It's so dusty.
My fans are pretty dusty. I need to clean them bitches. Huh. I'll be right back.
Alright.
Check your weapons, check your gear. We're holding for deployment. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. stations. We are green to go. Stand by for deployment.
Oh, fuck.
Supreme resurgence. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. Kill to bring them back faster.
Vehicle here. Contract here. Moving this way. Cancel last.
Gas is closing in. All squad members are in the safe zone. Enemies dropping into the AO. It's like grits and gravy, kids. Got a supply box UAV heading your way. Bounty targets marked. Kill them all. There's an increased payout for this job. Be sure to collect.
Hostile advanced UAV overhead.
All bounty targets are KIA. Well done.
Money here.
I am ass. Holy shit.
Enemy soldier incoming. We are returning you to the front. Earn this.
Yo, I left money on buy for you up there.
So, I'm logged into your Arctic because
Huh.
you used my email.
Mortar
It's all
strike
on
is
you.
inbound.
Stay alive so your squad can redeploy. Your squad mates redeploying. Well done.
Much anyways. Sell them.
Friendly mortar strike inbound.
You got gas moving in.
Friendly mortar strike on the way.
Opening quicker.
It should. Especially with you having better RAM. Oh, what kind of RAM did you get? Like, what's the speeds?
Dropping into the area. Watch
1600.
What's how many megabytes though? Like, what's the storage?
Oh, I have 16. I have two 8GB.
That's still plenty.
But no, I got Team Group Elite because it was the cheapest I could find.
That's what I got though. Like, it ain't that bad. Like, it's not the best, but it ain't that bad.
And I mean, I didn't have much options. I'm only having DDR3, so
Yeah.
Oh, he also my actual settings on the computer.
You are really quiet right now. Like really quiet.
Bro, literally everything is loading up a lot fucking quicker. I just opened my shit and it opened instantly.
That's what RAM does though.
Well, I'm talking about my control panel. Like, typically that shit takes forever to open. Yeah, and I'm getting about 50 FPS on Black Ops 3.
Is that better than what it was?
Yeah, it's typically around the 30. I capped it like 30 and shit. It was on a consistent 30, I should say.
You stacking ass fucking niggers.